Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. I am very excited to be sharing this video with you guys. How to entertain your 5-year-old and younger. Honestly, these activities can be used for many different ages. They can be used for way younger children, a little bit older, whatever gets your child like entertained for longer periods of time than 30 seconds is an A+ in my book. So I wanted to go ahead and share with you guys what some of the activities that I've been doing with my 5-year-old this summer so far. She's home with me all summer long. Of course, we have beach days, we have play dates, we have, other activities and going places. The activities that I'm sharing today are all things you can do on a budget, at home, go. You have a break from summer camp and you just don't want to necessarily go anywhere and spend money on a specific day. These activities hopefully will get your children entertained. Some of them are sensory, some of them are just fun and like artistic. So I hope you guys get some inspiration. I have lots of different activity videos from all of the years as my daughter was growing up, so I hope that you guys will check those out as well. Those are more like entertaining indoor and sensory and like other types of activities. These are all outdoor, on a budget things. So without further ado, we'll jump into it. I have several different activities, and then I'm also sharing with you some of her favorite outdoor toys. So one of the first things that we did this summer was a create your own little fairy garden. Admittedly, she did get this kit as a gift. You can definitely make your own fairy garden out of things found in nature, like rocks, sticks, twigs, pine cones, and pine needles, and like painted rocks and whatnot. So you can definitely do this on your own with seeds that you already have. But we ended up using this kit since we, of course, had it on hand. And it was Sydney's responsibility to make it grow, to plant the seeds, to keep it watered and put it in the sun, take it out of the rain. And she just absolutely loved watching it grow and knowing that she did it. She did it all on her own. And of course, it came with a unicorn, which is everything. I'm going to go ahead and link this exact kit down below if I can find it, or similar if I can't. Otherwise, just use what's in nature. It's free and it's fun. The next activity involves water, which is always an A+ in my child's book, and sponges. So I highly recommend getting cellulose sponges. They're the nice, like soft ones. They're super inexpensive. I actually tried to go to the Dollar Tree and I found them cheaper at my local Hannaford, at my local grocery store. So I got a bunch of sponges, and all you do is cut them up into strips. So I did 4 strips per one sponge, and then go ahead and tie 6 strips together with an elastic, a rubber band. You can do it with twine, and then you soak them in water and have the kids throw them at each other. They can squeeze them over their head. They can just have so much fun playing. Essentially like water balloons, but they're reusable, and Sydney and her little friend have been playing with them over and over again. One of Sydney's favorite toys currently are these water blasters. Now, I found a bunch of them from the Dollar Tree for only $1.25 each. You can find big packs off Amazon. We have tried them all, but in my opinion, the ones with the pointed tip are just the best. Less frustration, they suck up the best water. And you can do so many different things with them. Of course, water play and keeping yourself cool in the summer is a big hit. So Sydney and her friends like to squirt each other and run from them. They like to draw on the pavement with them, make pictures, make waterfalls, and just overall suck up puddles and have fun in some water sensory play. The next activity is painting with bubbles, and it is very easy, straightforward, and only 2 ingredients. So all you do is pour bubble solution into muffin tins or cups, whatever bowls you have, and then pour some liquid food coloring into them to make the different colors. Yes, this is a very well used and loved muffin tin situation. There are definitely many different versions of this over on Pinterest with different ingredients, but I am working from home, and so the less time it takes to set up an activity, the better for me, and this worked and ended up working completely fine. And so all you do is let your child blow bubbles onto paper. I used a straw, I used a bubble wand, and see what they can come up with. So activities like this can totally be child-led, and that's what I like most about it. They don't have to necessarily be Pinterest worthy. In the end, watching their little imaginations go, Sydney wanted to blow the bubbles in the air and see if she could see the color in the air. She wanted to mix colors, like make a different color in a new muffin tin and see what that turned into, if she could make a rainbow. And so just letting them use their imagination is just the best. And I feel like they spend more time on activities when they can have free play with them. The next activity that we did was a rainbow scavenger hunt. And so Sydney painted this rainbow from school and brought it home. And we found something in nature that was every color of the rainbow. And scavenger hunts are wonderful because they're so easy and flexible to do. You can just say things, find something that begins with a specific letter sound, a specific color. You can make a map, find critters and leaves and acorns and pine cones and etc. So Sydney had a blast finding something every color of the rainbow and using her imagination. We ended up finding some treasures along the way, like little broken beehives and birds' nests and whatnot. So it's always fun to get in nature and see what is around us and all of the colors that really do live around us, whether we see them, constantly or not. Speaking of scavengers, if your little one is anything like mine, you have little collections of rocks and twigs, shells, etc. all around your house. So of course these are nice treasures, and something that Sydney loves to do is to paint rocks and shells and pine cones. Everything she finds in nature she loves to paint and make them super colorful and fun. So this is another super easy activity, inexpensive, something that takes no time to set up at all, and let them paint and do whatever they want to their rocks and seashells and whatnot and see what they come up with. You can make a little garden with them, make like a little happy garden. You can put smiley faces on them and surprise your neighbors. The next activity is a sensory one, another one that deals with water play, and it is dual purpose. So it's basically playing with bubble foam, and you can do so many different things with bubble foam. We have made it different colors by blending it up into the blender. So all you do is use dish soap. I use non-toxic dish soap, so it's okay for her skin since my little one has sensitive skin, and she is using this in her water table, so she's filling it up with water, and again, dual purpose since the water table is filthy and needs to be scrubbed. We are doing that as well. And so Sydney loves playing in bubbles. She was putting them on her slide and washing her slide with it, pouring it back and forth from different like cups and bowls and things. And a sensory play is wonderful for their imagination. It's like an open play, endless play, and she can do whatever she wants with it, within reason, of course. So one of Sydney's favorite toys for the summer is definitely her sprinkle pad. It's one of the best investments, and they're not that expensive. They can be around $30, maybe even $20 if you look on Amazon. We have gone through, this is our second one. The first one popped because it was my fault. I completely popped it. And we have had this one for 2 years now. It's just the best if you don't have a whole lot of space in your yard. It keeps them cool. Sydney has a slide that she puts in it, and so she has essentially like a water slide. She puts all kinds of toys, and the whole neighborhood wants to come over and play in this. I also live by this saying, when in doubt, bring it out. It's basically where I take any of Sydney's various toys and I bring it outside. It's a change of scenery and it makes it a little bit more fun and interesting. So I brought out her easel and gave her some paints and set her up with like a little apron, and she went to town painting pictures away this morning. And at least I can have some coffee and peacefulness outside, and Sydney thinks it's like some fun activity because paint, and we're not traditionally like sitting at the craft table or anything. So when in doubt, bring it out. She also plays with her magnetiles outside, blocks, various toys that we have. She'll bring them out, and it keeps her entertained and away from screen time. For the next one, we took it outside and stuck with the arts and crafts, and now this is called Puffy chalk paint, or just puffy paint in general. It's super easy. All you do is use flour, water, shaving cream, and then food coloring to make it different colors. So you do equal parts flour to water, mix it all up. Then you can add your food coloring to make it colorful, and then you can fold in the shaving cream. And so Sydney ended up painting the driveway with this, making different designs. She was looking at what textures things made as she painted them, like she painted her sticks. She was rolling the ball that was covered in this puffy paint. And don't worry, it washes right away. If you want to just hose it down, wait for a rainy day, it will wash right away. One of my go-tos with Sydney is a baking soda vinegar trick. She absolutely loves this experiment. Every time we do a different version of it, she loves it. And this time we are painting watercolor paints, essentially. So all you do is use a little bit of baking soda. I just had 3 cups here for 3 different colors, and put some baking soda in the bottom, and then put in some food coloring, a few drops, and then I did add a little bit of water and mix that all up to make it a paste-like consistency. You don't want it to be too runny, but just enough to make it so that they can paint. So I put on a cookie sheet a bunch of white paper, and outside Sydney was able to paint on the white paper with all of the colors with a paintbrush. And then I had a dish of vinegar, and so she ended up, I don't have a dropper for some reason. I don't have an eyedropper, but that would work so well. I just had her spoon little drops here and there of the vinegar over all of the baking soda paint and watch it fizz and smudge and make different watercolors, and just see what everything does. right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video and got some inspiration. If you try some of these activities out with your little ones, let me know. Again, the goal is not necessarily Pinterest worthy. The goal is to keep them entertained for more than 1 minute at a time and at home and on a budget. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye.